Dealing with a difficult parent or partner carries a weight a toxic coworker cannot match. You can't just log out of these relationships at 5. This specific pain is driven by our own emotional investment. We stay in the loop because we expect the people closest to us to provide understanding and respect, making every conflict feel like a personal betrayal. In these intimate spaces, the drain comes from predictable patterns: the constant criticism, the manufactured drama, the manipulation of simple conversations, and the reflexive shifting of blame. Because of our proximity to these behaviors, they move past being mere annoyances. They become a persistent threat to our mental stability that requires a specialized form of defense. We are trapped by a biological glitch. Humans are wired to explain, defend, and seek mutual understanding when we feel misunderstood or attacked. Drama thrives on this wiring. When provoked, our desire for resolution ends up feeding the fire. Every attempt to defend your character serves as fuel. It makes the cycle spin faster, locking both into a self-sustaining loop of exhaustion. This raises a difficult question. How do you protect your mental space when your own social coding is the thing keeping you trapped in the loop? Survival in these dynamics requires a radical override. You have to intentionally go against your deepest instinct to connect. The gray rock method functions as a quiet survival strategy for your emotional well-being. It focuses entirely on protecting your space by removing the incentive for the other person to engage. The strategy is to become as uninteresting and neutral as a literal gray rock on the ground. You stop providing the emotional reactions that the other person uses to sustain the argument. This graph illustrates the shift. A normal reaction to criticism spikes defensively, but the gray rock response flattens that spike with an okay. To manipulation, our instinct argues, while gray rock remains undisturbed. I understand. Even against manufactured drama, the reaction stays unchanged. Starving the interaction of an emotional charge causes the cycle to break. Without the friction of your reaction, the mechanics of the argument have nowhere to go. From the outside, remaining neutral can look like a form of surrender or passivity. In practice, you are actively overriding the physical surge of adrenaline that instantly comes with being verbally attacked. You are choosing to stay still while every instinct in your body tells you to speak up and defend yourself. You are making a deliberate, strategic calculation. You are watching the water crashing around you and deciding that your own peace is more valuable than the hollow satisfaction of being right. This strategy neutralizes individuals who feed on emotional reactions, those who ignore personal boundaries, and those who weaponize guilt. These behavioral patterns create a gravitational pull toward conflict. Gray rock allows you to escape that orbit by refusing to provide the energy that keeps you trapped. Control in these toxic dynamics belongs to the person who refuses to step onto the battlefield. Adopting this method comes with a real emotional toll. It can feel cold or disconnected, and you may experience grief as you accept that the connection will never be what you hoped it would be. It forces you to accept that some people will never change, regardless of how clearly or passionately you explain your feelings. This method acts as a firewall. It blocks your emotions from pouring into a toxic void where they will be twisted. You aren't turning your feelings off, you're redirecting them, saving that emotional energy for trusted people with genuine reciprocity. There are clear boundaries for this tool. Healthy relationships require open communication to resolve issues, and cases of physical or serious emotional abuse require safety, intervention, and distance, not just a tactical silence. Gray rock is a specific shield for chronic manipulation. It requires careful judgment to know when to hold it up and when to put it away. When you successfully stop engaging in the drama, your perspective shifts. You stop focusing on what you are losing and start seeing what you are reclaiming, your own mental autonomy. You begin to realize that just because you are invited to an argument doesn't mean you are required to attend. Choosing to maintain your peace is an active, disciplined decision. It is the understanding that not every interaction deserves your energy.